Georgia gets ready for his first execution this year. A Cobb County man convicted of murdering two real estate agents more than 2 decades ago.
And now it's raising some questions about what it means to take a life in the name of the law. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Kasoris explains.
Georgia's method, 5,000 milligrams of pentobarbital, is at the center of the debate. The state calls it reliable, but critics say it could leave a person conscious, trapped inside their own body, feeling like they're drowning. The Department of Corrections has set December 17th as the execution date for 52-year-old Stacey Humphreys, convicted of killing two real estate agents in a Cobb County model home back in 2003. Prosecutors say Humphreys forced the women to strip and hand over their PIN numbers before shooting them, later telling investigators, "I know I did it." Supporters of capital punishment argue this case shows why the death penalty exists, to protect the public and bring justice to victims' families. But others, including faith leaders, say it's time to reconsider.
If you take away that opportunity for people to come to understand the harm of what they've done, that's trying to take away their dignity and their ability to change.
Gina Hoffecker leads Georgia Catholics Against the Death Penalty. Her group urges lawmakers to take another look at the state's execution laws. The Catholic Church opposes all executions, arguing they take away a person's chance to change, repent, and make amends.
Because victims and victims' family members have said that they waited 20, 30 years for this to happen, and then it happened, and they said that didn't fix what I was told it would fix.
There's also the cost to taxpayers. Indiana just paid $900,000 for a lethal injection execution, while keeping an inmate alive for life can run $50,000 or more per year. Advocates expect more discussion next session on whether lethal injection needs to change. But with an execution just days away, both sides are preparing for what comes next. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasoris.